Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Danni. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we're meeting on and all of the other lands out there owned by Aboriginal people. There are so many different lands all across Australia. The Aboriginal people are strongly linked to their land, their culture and their traditions. We respect their elders, past, present and emerging, and acknowledge those who might be watching with us. Thank you.
Thanks, Danni. Well, this is Pa. Pa?
Pa?
What are some others? Pa. The list goes on and on. Pa is truly an Auslan sign. Pa brings together 4 unique deaf and hard of hearing storytellers, all with diverse identities, experiences. I would like to acknowledge the pioneers and advocates who set up the path for us to walk on. Really, I think it's important to look back at the deaf people who overcame multiple barriers so that we could be here to tell our story tonight. Pa came about when Danni and I collaborated. Now maybe you don't know, but this is not the first time Danni and I have collaborated. We've worked on a range of different projects, and we always tend to not stick to one role. It's a very mixed and collaborative process, and Pa was no different. Whilst I came up with the idea for Pa, Danni truly worked hard meeting with each of the storytellers to support their development, managing interpreters, and yeah. What's your favourite part?
Oh, Sam, I loved meeting all of the deaf and hard of hearing people and listening to their stories, and they really exposed their inner being. We worked on bringing their story to life and expressing that. But I really felt I didn't do any work. It was their work. They've really shown their stories, expressing themselves, like taking that essence. And I really feel very honoured to have worked with the individuals and developed their stories and making them into beautiful, beautiful stories. I'm so excited to see them.
Yes, tonight is not about us, unfortunately. It's about the 4 amazing storytellers, which we'll all see very soon. Pa was initially imagined to take place in a live setting in theatre, and we thought many people would come and watch, but unfortunately COVID happened.
Yes, oh, darn COVID.
But we hope you enjoy watching tonight, and who knows, maybe one day Pa will happen again in person. You never know.
You never know. Now we have Nathan Borg. Nathan is hard of hearing, and he talks about his experience, his journey learning Auslan in his story. And of course that journey was impacted by COVID, like we've all been impacted. But he will tell things in his story that are so funny and interesting in a very visual way. Different scenes, as you see, you'll see him telling the story and you'll understand why. He talks about his experience growing up. His background is Maltese and talks about the good and the bad and other things, barriers, as a person that's hard of hearing, in a very light and humorous way. So let's see.
Oh, hey there. I'm so excited to be here with you and have a job. That's right, ScoMo. It's a job. Anyways, as you can see, I'm wearing my pajamas just for the audience, as we are doing this show through virtual, so I thought, why not I wear my pajamas too. Unfortunately, that I am doing this show throughout my home because unfortunately I am in a 2-week quarantine. But that's okay. This show is for you virtual and anything is possible to share a story. As you know, my name is Nathan Borg. And Borg is actually a very popular name in Malta. Yeah, it's annoying. Every time I go to a medical centre, this is what the nurse does. Oh my god, you're a Borg. Yeah, that's such a popular name. Okay, yeah. You're Maltese, right? Yeah, I thought so. Did you know, I actually know so many Borgs that live on the west side of Sydney. Yeah. And you know, so many siblings, right? You must have a lot. How many do you have? Look, I'm just here for my antibiotics, thanks. Did you know that Malta is actually one of the smallest countries in the world? People find that fascinating, but I find that awkward. Mum, we can't go to that register because anyway, I had a one-night stand with that girl last night. Oh, honey. That's your third cousin. Yep, true fact. My Maltese friend, her cousin married her other cousin in Malta. Oh, sorry. I was just reading this book because, you know, lately we've had lockdowns, protests and earthquakes, and the list just goes on. And us in Melbourne, we're just never prepared for anything. So I thought, why not I start reading this book and get prepared to go to hell. Anyways, so I have a story. I was 8 weeks premature, right? I decided to come out early because I just simply want all the attention, and it worked. All the doctors would not shut up about me, you know? They were like, oh God, Nathan's here, and Nathan this and Nathan that. You know, I was the hot topic of the day. Like, internet was about to blow up, right? And my dad is calling up everyone. Calling all the family members. Hey, yeah, Nathan's here. Yeah, he's in the building. Yeah, he's early, he's arrived. Yeah, he's ready for meet and greets. Yeah, come now. Yeah, bye. And my mum is passed out on the bed. She's had a big day, you know. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed already, and the cord is, whatever it's called, is still hasn't been chopped. Okay, all the family members come in. Hey guys, come in. Who wants my signature? Yeah? Anyways, I better get back to this book because I need to prepare for what's gonna happen next. I'm just letting you know that my neighbour, their dog, keeps barking today. So I'm just gonna keep continuing with videoing this story. So the joys of filming, hey? So my main communication is speech. And I started to learn Auslan 2 years ago because I wanted to able to communicate with other deaf people. 2 years ago, I started my first Auslan course, and it was a very interesting journey to start out. I was actually the only deaf student and everyone else was a hearing student, and there we go. And that dog. Anyway, The teacher, she's deaf, and let's just say her name is Jess, right? And we were on break, and I was really busting to go to the toilet, and Jess walks past me. Oh, Jess! Hey, Jess! Jess! All the hearing students. Nathan, she's deaf. Oh yeah, no, I knew that. No, I knew that. Yeah, no, I knew that. Yes, I'm the deaf one here. I should know, yeah. I should know better, yeah. Speaking of the dating world, dating as a deaf person is quite a challenge, especially on the dating apps. Hey, let's meet up in person. Okay, well, there is something I need to tell you first. Yeah, mate. You can tell me anything you want, even though we just met tonight. I definitely won't judge. I'm deaf. Huh? You're dead? No. Sorry. Typo. I'm not dead. Deaf. No apple. F. Deaf. Oh, deaf. I will unmatch you. Yeah, I can't be bothered educating myself. I might go grab a beer. Oh, I'm unmatched. Huh. Oh, that's pretty awkward, eh? Cheers. Actually, funny story. I was with my sister, right? And this random lady came up to us and she tells me that her son is 10 years old and has a cochlear implant. And then she starts to tell me that she really hopes that one day her son will fall in love with someone who will accept his disability. And then she says to me, "It really gives me hope that you are in love." She's pointing at my sister. I didn't have the guts to tell her that that was my sister because I didn't want her to lose hope for her son. So I just went along with it. Yeah, we yes, we're in love, yeah. yeah, we love each other so much. Yeah, we've been together for so long. Yeah, love, yeah. This conversation was so traumatizing. So now, with the NDIS, all of us in the disabled community, we all know how hard it is to apply for the NDIS. On the positive side, I have been very lucky with NDIS with the support to have funds to access Auslan and to learn Auslan so that I can communicate in the deaf community with sign language and able to get funds to have deaf accessories in my home too. The application for the NDIS was a very interesting process. I had to send a letter from my GP saying that I'm deaf and I had to send a letter from Cochlear Centre to say that I'm registered with a cochlear implant and I'm profoundly deaf. You would think that would be enough information to be part of the Ndis, but it was not. Hi, my name is Karen and I work from the Ndis Brighton building, okay? So I have received your application and there is an issue, okay? Okay, so I tried to look for the manager, but I just could not find him, okay? You know, you get sick of walking the same hallways. I've done the entire Ndis building. So I need proof that you're actually deaf, okay? So DEUTIOF. Anyways, okay, so how would I say this? Is that, okay, alright, I got a solution. So, I need you to get a hearing test, okay? Thanks, love. Appreciate it. Wait, what? A hearing test? I haven't had a hearing test since 1996. So, I get a hearing test. I have headphones on and I've got sticks ready. I have to hit the sticks together for the otologist to know that I've heard a beep sound through the headphones. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, we're starting? Oh, okay. Are we doing it? Oh, we are. Oh, we are doing it. Oh, okay. Oh, what are you doing? Well, why are you taking my headphones off? We haven't even done the test. I didn't hear the beep sounds. What are you doing? Nathan, you know you're, Nave, are you tricking me? You're... Oh. Deaf. I'm deaf. Oh no. Jane's daughter was hurt. Oh no. I didn't know it. I couldn't hear because my coil was broken.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the hospital had a temporary replacement.
Okay, all right.
Go away, go away! Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my story. On a serious note, I do want to say to all the younger deaf generations out there is to follow your dreams and never give up. But I do also most importantly want to say is that you are deaf enough to be part of this deaf community no matter what. Thank you. Motorbikes. Anyways, I'm done.
And now, the next person is Karthik Vijayanandam, short for Kai. Kai's story is incredibly powerful. It really takes place one wintry night in Melbourne in 2015. And whilst it's only one night, it was full of amazing and different memories and experiences of meeting people and friends. Kai's story really is about a realization moment of identity, and that no one has the right to label us. We have the right to label ourselves and make that decision. Hope you enjoy watching Kai's story.
I have to get this done. I'm on a dating app. Somebody's interested in me. I read their profile. Well, they want to meet. They sent a message. Hello. I replied. Hello. They've asked me what I'm doing. Just having a coffee? Ooh, what type of coffee? Well, black coffee? Huh? Hang on. How dare you? Do you know what they said? Oh, they're attracted to a man who is black, just like my coffee. Huh? Hang on. They're comparing me to a black coffee, a black man. Do I have a black identity? No. I don't identify as black because black people have had their own history and oppression. My life journey is quite different. White people have given me the tools, have given me the capabilities to navigate and be successful in a white system. I don't feel black. What is my identity? Who am I? Am I Indian? Well, potentially. I was born in India. My family background is Indian. I love Indian food. Oh, I just love it. What? You telling me no? That I'm not Indian? That I'm not Indian enough? That I'm not enough? I'm not a true Indian person. But why? You don't speak an Indian language? Well, no. Do you follow the Indian traditions? No. For example, do you believe in arranged marriage? Well, no, I don't. Okay, so does that mean that I'm not really 100% Indian? Well, okay. Well, am I British? That's possible. I grew up in the UK. I found my deaf identity. I found deaf culture. I found the deaf community. The UK, I felt a strong connection. Well, no, you're not enough. You're not British enough. But why? Well, you've moved to Australia. You've abandoned the UK to move out to Australia. Before I loved tea. Well, actually now I love my coffee. Okay, well, maybe you're right. What about my Australian identity? Well, I lived and worked here in Australia for the last 10 years. My Australian culture, going to barbecues, chatting with friends under the lovely sun. The wildlife of Australia, kookaburras, kangaroos. What? You're telling me I'm not Australian? I'm not Australian enough? Why? Well, you're too prim and proper to be Australian. Australian people are so laissez-faire. The clothing you wear is too dapper. The way you sign. BSL still influences how you say things. When you speak, you still have a British accent. When you write, it's too academic. It's not the same as people who live in Australia. Oh, okay, well, Oh gosh, it's raining a little bit outside. That's how I feel. Drops of rain falling all over me. All these identities being put onto me, these labels. Oh, I got a message. Do you want to meet for a drink? This is a friend of mine. When we first met here in Australia, we had an instant connection and we've been friends ever since. Recently, my friend had been travelling and wanted to meet up for a drink. So yes, of course. Okay, it's only drizzling outside. I don't need to wear a raincoat, I don't think. I should be all right with just a thin jacket, just to keep me warm. I'm at the tram stop. Ah, there's my tram, the number 72, Melbourne Uni. I'll take a seat. Ah, Flinders Street. That's my stop. Oh, beautiful Flinders Street. Ah, there's my friend coming towards me from under the clocks. Oh, I haven't seen you in such a long time. It's so good to see you. Shall we go get a drink? We ordered shots and a glass of wine. Ah, this shot. It's my favourite, a Fireball. Delicious. It takes me back to the time when I was over in America. At that time it was an awful polar vortex. I was with my deaf friends. We were stuck indoors. We couldn't go out at all because the thick snow was everywhere. So what did we do? Thank goodness we grabbed some Fireball beforehand. We had shots, we chatted all night long. It was the best time. Oh, I miss travelling. You're so lucky. You've just come here, you've been travelling. Tell me all your stories. Wow. Oh, brilliant. You tried different cuisines. Oh, wonderful. Oh, you tried yoga? Wow. What? Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Wait on. It feels like you're following that eat, pray, love journey. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Huh? What? Wait, hang on. You're telling me you've met a girl? You used to date men, but now you're seeing how you go with dating girls? Oh, tell me more. Oh, well, good on you. I mean, wow. You're exploring your identity. Yeah, right. Oh, I love it. Oh. What? Hang on. Come again. I mean, oh, look, you know what I mean. Can you tell me that again? What? They didn't want to perform cunnilingus on you. What? Oh my, no. Whoa, wait a minute. Fuck people. Who are they to tell you what your identity is? Fuck them. Your identity is your own. No one can label you. No. No. No one can label you. Aha. Pa. Looks like they're going to close soon. Thanks for telling me. Well, before I met you, I was having a bit of an identity crisis. I felt discombobulated, and now, it's clear. Okay, yeah, we have to go because they're closing soon. Hang on, should we have a few more shots before we go? You know, every time I meet you, I feel so good. Thank you so much for your company and your friendship. I really appreciate you. Thanks. Okay, we'll text each other when we get home. Oh, Flinders Street. Still beautiful. Fed Square. I remember all the Hindu festivals. All the marquees set up with different cuisine. Oh, I love that food. I have an Indian identity. And just round the corner, Alexandra Gardens, Midsummer Festival. All the colours of the rainbow everywhere. My queer friends. I have a queer identity. Oh, there's my tram. Number 72 to Camberwell. The majestic bluestone building. That's a deaf space. That's my deaf identity. It's where I get my fix. That was my first workplace. Turning down High Street. Oh God, oh God, oh dear. I was with that person for a one-night stand a while ago. Oh shit. Hey, keep it calm. Oh good, they got off that stop. Oh, they still want to meet. Yeah. My identity. I have so many different identities. I can't just get rid of one, get rid of another. I can't. All of these identities create me. They've created the foundation of who I am. I feel safe. I have a strong core foundation. It makes me feel at home. If any of my foundations are feeling shaky, so does my safety. All of these identities make me. Pa. Oh, I got a message. They still want to meet up. Swipe left. Ah, the Glen Iris tram stop. I'm home. Oh, Melbourne weather. Downpour. Damn, I wish I had my rain jacket. Weather's always changing here. Melbourne. Still love you though. Oh, my friend messaged me. Hope you got home okay. Yeah. I am home. I feel at home.
And now we have Jazz Sharif's. They, them are their pronoun. Beautiful storytelling by Jazz. Not in a traditional way, very different way, very visual, using pictures, using words in a different way. It's like a visual collage. Very exciting to watch. And interesting themes of barriers as a person with hearing loss. And really Jazz wants to give the audience the feeling of how they felt. Wait and see if you feel the same experience. They talk about their experience growing up, their diagnosis with a hearing loss in a rural area with really not much access. Very interesting, a fantastic story.
And now the next person is Catherine Dunn. Catherine is an incredible writer and also a beautiful signer. Her story is raw and honest and talks about her experiences growing up with a struggling identity and the journey that she went on. Her story is really unique because it has fantastic metaphors incorporated. Maybe you'll see what they are. Have a look.
I was born in the country town of Horsham. At about 6 weeks old, my parents drove the 2-hour journey to Ballarat to meet a doctor. This doctor labelled me a failure. I was diagnosed with bilateral profound hearing loss. My parents were full of questions, but it was like a door had been shut in their face. Fail. We drove to my grandparents' house and we saw a sign that said Deaf Information Link. There, a person presented us with options, information. The first option was based in the medical model of disability. They said your baby is already babbling, which means she can speak. We will fix her, don't worry. The second option presented to us was a parent group. My parents went, but they looked around the room at the grief on all the faces and they thought, how will Kate survive? The third group was a deaf parent bilingual group. There were 2 women from the group that would travel all the way to the country to see us. I could see they were deaf. It was so exciting. My parents finally had the opportunity to see 2 deaf adult women who were well educated, who had jobs, married with children. I could have all these same things. I could be successful. For the first time, they saw these 2 women and looked at me and saw the options. They thought, Kate has pathways. She can succeed. We drove from the country all the way to Warrnambool. I was about 1 or 2 at that time to join a deaf playgroup. The teachers were deaf. There were children, other babies who were deaf, and I could see myself reflected in all of them. At about 2 or 3, we drove to Aurora, PJS, and again, it was full of teachers and children, all deaf. At 3, 4 and 5, I went to Furlong Park. There were kids with hearing aids, cochlear implants. Some were signing, some were speaking. There was a gamut of expression and I could see myself reflected back. I went to Furlong Park for 2 days a week. And I went to a kinder at the same time. It was a hearing mainstream kinder. There was no teachers of the deaf, no support, nothing like that. But it was a nice balance. 1 day a week and 2 days a week. But over time, the balance shifted. I didn't have any more access to Auslan. It was too expensive for my parents to pay for the tuition and the travel. So I was stuck in hearing kinder. At primary, I would try socialise, but it was only spoken English. I felt like I was losing my identity. In primary school, I grew up. I could write and read really well. There was no Auslan though. It was all spoken English. I had to learn to lip read. My literacy was great. My scores were off the chart. I was really ahead of the game. It was all English though. Where was Auslan? My family and I would learn Auslan at the same time, and we would sign in the home. But I was pulling away. I was advancing, and they were getting left behind. I felt time and time again I was being pushed into English and speaking, and Auslan was falling by the wayside. I couldn't stand it anymore. At 14, I decided to move to Melbourne. I went to a deaf school, Victorian College of the Deaf. They had interpreters. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Finally, after all this time, my Auslan was back. I had my identity. One year later, my mum went back with the family in Horsham, and I stayed with a host family in Melbourne. I couldn't believe it. They were all deaf. In my household, I was the only deaf person, but here they would sign good morning to me when I woke up. They would sign. Later on at the breakfast table, they would sign to me. I would arrive on the school bus and my friends would be signing. At school, there would be interpreters. There'd be teachers of the deaf. Everyone would be signing. They would say to me, "Are you deaf?" I would feel really apprehensive. They would say, "Are you deaf?" I would try a fingerspell to communicate, but they said, "Nah, you're not really deaf." I would try to sign. Sometimes they would sign so fast, I'd need to ask them for repeats. I felt so frustrated. I felt like my Auslan, my voice was being taken from me. I persisted though. I kept practicing. I kept learning. I kept developing my skills, and finally, I had my identity. I had it back. It was mine. I remember growing up, I loved reading. I loved reading so much. I found my identity through reading in the deaf community. Learning different languages became a metaphor for a library. I would experience different worlds. And I could dip in and out of these different worlds. Through recognizing different voices, I found mine. My deafhood is a precious opportunity, like being able to reread a book, like finding that perfect book that speaks to me. Like rereading the characters, like being able to express myself in a way that I couldn't in English, that only another deaf person would understand. I remember growing up and seeing the gamut of different communication styles, but always being forced back into English. But Auslan was really like finding my favourite book. In all that time, trying to be deaf enough, I realised that I always was and always will be deaf. I am.
Wow, such beautiful stories. I really feel it's so inspiring to lead the way in the deaf community in the future. So interesting to see people with hearing loss, deaf or hard of hearing, whatever their identity is, really showing us their inner being and telling us our stories and showing that we're all here.
I absolutely agree with you, Danni. I really want to thank all of the storytellers for being involved tonight. It's not easy to express stories so honestly, and all of them did a fantastic job. Plus, I really believe that stories have the power to impact us. When we watch stories, our identity can be solidified, or we have moments where we never thought of something or realised something. I want to say a big thank you to Melbourne Fringe Festival, City of Melbourne Art Grant, and the Wheeler Centre, plus one person who helped mentor me, Maeve. Thank you all for those who were involved. Danni, do you have any last comments or thoughts before we wrap up? So sad.
Yes, I want to say, Pa, we've finally been included in the Fringe Festival. Pa, it's so nice to see deaf and hard of hearing people here. Pa, it feels like a big shot in the arm of deaf culture. Thank you, everyone.
Visit wheelercentre.com for the best in books, writing and ideas from Melbourne, Australia and around the world.